how you doing? Welcome back to Rockin' Boxes Underground. Let's get through this, okay? There's a guy by the name of Chris Dabrowski who is now running for city council here in Niagara Falls. Yes, Chris Dabrowski is one of the co-owners or the president of Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Hashtag boycott Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Hashtag boycott NFCC. Why? Well, let's talk a little bit about Mr. Chris Dabrowski. For 4 years, I covered the Comic-Con as media. He gave me access. It was great. I got to meet a lot of people, but I already knew a lot of people before they came, and I know a lot of, I'm talking about celebrities that actually come to the show, and I also knew Chris for a little while before that. Cool. This year, Mr. Dabrowski decided to not give me media credentials, or not grant me rather, media credentials to the Niagara Falls Comic-Con, which I was really upset. Hashtag boycott Niagara Falls Comic-Con. This guy, he's nice to your face. He's not nice with a lot of people. And he's running for council, city council. Wow. I can tell you a few other stories about Chris, but I'm not going to. I'll let you think about some of them. He is a liar. He also passed me along to the PR department, his PR department that he hired this year for Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Passed me along to a minor, a 16-year-old, that made the decision saying that I don't have the credentials, that they were cracking down and, going to minimalize the media that were going to be at the show. I was like, Then she said, we get thousands of applications. And I'm like, thousands? Really? So I sent an email, and I could show you that email saying, you know what? I have covered this for 4 years, and here you're telling me no. And, what kind of society are we living in? You're a communist because you're this and because you're that. And I said all kinds of garbage. And then they came back and said, well, that's because you're fraternizing with the people that come to Comic-Con, and we don't want to have you at the Comic-Con and people thinking that they can go do this. Well, you know what? I'm sorry, but some of them were my friends, and we took them out for either dinner, we showed them around, we did all kinds of stuff. There were other people that came from the Comic-Con with us as well. Now, in saying all of that with the crap of Comic-Con, they can go get bent and hashtag boycott Niagara Falls Comic-Con. Hashtag boycott Hamilton Comic-Con, because Chris Dabrowski was also involved in that. Hashtag boycott Frightmare in the Falls, because Chris Dabrowski stole that idea from me. A horror con. Why, you say? How? Well, I went to a great Comic-Con down in London called Shockstock. All right. Then I came back with the idea, and I spoke to my partner at the time, who was Jerry, and good guy, but I said, hey, buddy, look, why don't we do a horror con? So Brutus the Barber Beefcake was doing some little thing over there for Chris Dabrowski. They were doing a thing with Marcel Dion, Pat Mastroianni from, Degrassi, and there was another gentleman that was involved, Tom Savini. All right, so I spoke with Chris, and I said, hey, you know what? How do you guys do the Comic-Cons, and what do you do? Well, credit cards. That's how we do it. We get all the guests coming, put it on a credit card. I'm like, okay, great. I know what? Me and Jerry, we have an idea to do a horror con. Well, you know what? That particular, what was the last year? Yeah, he goes and has Frightmare in the Falls. What a coincidence. Why? Because he's already had horror people come to the actual Comic-Cons themselves, whether it be Hamilton or Niagara Falls. So this jerk goes and steals our idea, all right? Then, we had a meeting last year with him and James, and we said, listen, James is the other partner in this whatever business that they have, and we said, hey, you know what? We would like access like you gave us this year. He gave us a room where we interviewed Kane Hodder, and O'Kane, and we also got to interview a couple other Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherfaces, which was great, Bill Johnson and Dan Yeager, and a few others. So we said to him after this, could we have a room exclusively this year at Niagara Falls Comic Con. He was like, yeah, I'll write it up in the contract, and you guys will have exclusivities to this. Now, not this year. He got a PR firm, passed me along to the 16-year-old that said, nope, you cannot come to the Comic Con this year, media. So I get hold of Chris. Chris, what's the deal? Oh, well, I'll give you a couple of tickets for you and your family to enjoy for the weekend. Okay, you know what? I was like, no, that's not good enough. You know what? And he's like, we're friends. And I told him all I wanted was a friggin' apology. Just an apology. And he refused to apologize. And in the PMs that were going back and forth, he ends up PM James and saying, oh, and he started crying and whining. Oh, look at what Sean put up. Look at the video. You know what? I told him it would give him a black eye. And you know what? I hope this gives him a black eye to get into council, because you're not getting in. You will not get our votes. And I swear to you, I will get this message out to everybody, because you, my friend, are a liar. You're not even my friend. You are a liar. And you do not deserve to be in council, of all places. You're going to lie to the people. You're going to lie to the public. Okay? I'm telling you right now, do not vote for this Chris Dabrowski. He is a liar. A big liar. And you know what? People need to know it. Because if you know what? People have written on the Niagara Falls Comic Con and said they would not. And you use the Niagara Falls Comic Con as a platform as well. Despite the page that you already have, you go and use it so that way you can try and get more people. Like, that is not the place. Unprofessional to have a 16-year-old as a PR, public relations intern. Okay, and then comes back at me, and then they got all mad because, you know what, they went and told the principal about what I said and their parents and all that, and then you, Mr. Whiny Baby, oh, I'm gonna go tell James. You couldn't handle it yourself by not apologizing to me. That's all you had to do. You didn't apologize to me. You will never get this, and I wish you don't, and I hope you don't, because you know what? You are a piece of garbage. You belong in the landfill over here near Thorold. That's where you belong. You know what? You're just a piece of trash, man. You got all these big ideas and all that stuff. You know what? No, not here, not this time. You are not getting into city council. You hear me? You hear me? I'm talking to you, Chris. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Don't vote for Chris Dabrowski. That's all I have to say. Hit the zombie rock, because...